Gang, mics are muted. Go live on the mics. All right, 2023 started off with a bang there. Let's welcome Shotgun Sean. How you doing, Sean? All right. Is your mic live? No, you're muted somehow. Yeah, I know.
Hello.
There he is. All right.
Now I'm set. Now I'm good.
Let's start the show off
Yeah.
right. Let's just
Go
go
back
ahead
to
and
the
get those
countdown.
technical difficulties over with, and let's bring on Papa Brad.
Hello. Thanks for having me on.
All right. And Endless One Up.
Hello.
Hello, buddy. Hello, guys.
I don't know. I tried turning on the mics during the countdown, and I'm not sure that was working. We'll see. But I thought it was a little too boring. I had
it was gassy. Did everybody hear? No, I'm just kidding.
I hadn't watched the whole thing in its entirety.
We thought it was a volcano, but it was actually.
Yes,
I didn't realize
it was a volcano.
Yeah, I didn't realize it wasn't very musical. So I'll be retiring that one. So let's see. Who do we have in
everybody
the chats? Guys, I'm going to start talking early because I'm going to lose my voice early. So let's just waste it right now. So Mike was in the house at 8:04. Let's see if he's back in the house. We got Polo. Let's see, Rebel. Mike did come back. I see him there at 8:57 saying hi to everybody. And Vader in the house. Who else joined us? Kev Gret. Good to see Kev Gret in the chat.
On Kev.
All right,
what's going
gang.
on, everybody?
What's up? Oh, I'm seeing other people in the chat. I'm seeing it early because I'm looking at the darn YouTube studio thing. I never used to do that.
What up, Rebel? What up, Harvey Wings? Everyone's coming in now.
Yeah, I'm seeing them. Yeah, I'm seeing all sorts of folks chiming in that I don't see here on this screen. So, you know what? Heck with it. I'm just going to punt. All right. Go full screen there. All right, gang. So 2023, it's here. It's now. It's only the third damn day of the year, and I'm already over it. Just really, I'm over it. But let's go ahead and talk about how the new year was for everybody. Let's go with our guests. Dan, what was New Year's like for you, man?
I mean, I'm in my 40s, so it was a night in.
Dude, I'm
and,
55.
I was like,
okay,
this is me going to my phone. Countdown to midnight. So that was me watching a ball drop. It was me watching the phone tick from the last 5 seconds. So that was it. So, sorry. That wasn't very eventful.
It wasn't. Oh my God, you make this 55-year-old look like he did a lot. Goodness gracious.
See?
Brad, talk to me, Goose.
Yeah, I had a great New Year. It was a fun day. It was a nice, relaxing evening. You know, chasing some leaderboard scores on the iArcade.
Okay.
I took the #1 score in Pop Flamer and in Mysterious Stones. So pretty cool.
Nice, dude. Awesome.
Cool. And Sean, what did you do up there in PA?
Hey, I had a chill night in too. There was a lot of the bars that I normally go to. They were closed. They wanted to close down and have their employees have a good time for the night. So I definitely agree with that. And stayed in and played some games, man. Lots of games. Lots of games.
Let's see here. We said RB Wings was there's Bobby 1. So we got a couple more people joining in here. Good to see everybody. Me, I literally spent it in. My mother-in-law's in town. We didn't do much. We did not go out. However, I was downstairs watching some New Year's Eve content. They were watching some Spanish stuff upstairs because my mother-in-law's Cuban. Not much on the English. So, cheers, everybody. Hey, Brooklyn Menace in the house. So, yeah, I basically did the same thing. Watched the ball drop on multiple channels. Actually gave the Molly Cyrus New Year's Eve show a try. We were going back and forth. The only thing that sucked is that both channels were totally in sync as to when the commercials were going to drop. So I'd like to be like, oh, commercial over here on this one. Let's drop over to that one. And that's another commercial. Shite. Can't win to save your life. But the fact that she had her mother-in-law, Dolly Parton, on there, I wanted to give it a try and see if that classed it up a little bit more than last year. because last year's was a little less classy than this year's was. It really. I'm trying to think. Who's that guy that's been dating all the models and famous celebrity girls?
Pete
Guy
Davidson.
Pete. Yeah, Pete was on last
Yes.
year, and
Yeah.
it went out of control last year on the Miley Cyrus New Year's Eve. So
I asked what she was doing this weekend. She didn't message me back.
I know, man. Damn, that girl's just playing
I
coy
like
with
her,
you.
man. Yeah, gotta keep trying.
Mhm.
Like
That's
TFA.
If at first you don't succeed, huh? Just keep trying.
Yep.
All right, so that was our New Year's. But what have we been doing? In the last week or so. I'll kick it off so that way you guys can talk and I can be silent because I got to go get some more red hots for this throat. I tell you, Atomic Fireball is great for coughing. They really are. So I finally set up a guitar that I got. Those who've listened here and there or follow on Discord know that I traded an old Kramer Beretta from the 80s, classic guitar, with my old roommate who coveted that guitar. It was one of the first ones he used to play on stage. He loved it to death, didn't realize I still had it. So we did a trade. He went ahead and got me a brand new ESP. I will hold that up here for prettiness.
Nice.
Snag that in exchange for the Beretta I gave him. And I finally got this set up last week. Those who know any bit about electric guitars, tremolos, Floyd Roses, takes a while to get that thing set up perfectly. And I finally got that tremolo just hovering dead horizontal, got it all locked in. She has not gone out of tune in a week. And I was just waiting for an amp to come in so I could actually play it because I sound shittier acoustic than I do electric. So I had to snag myself something to make it sound better. And per one of our Discord members, Ritual Jello's recommendations, picked up this little thing. And I'm telling you, at only 10 watts, it kicks ass. I put it at 50% and it just fills the entire basement.
Nice.
My mother-in-law
Nice.
upstairs is stomping on the floor going, "What are you doing out there?"
Nice.
Bluetooth speaker, so it can do that. And Bluetooth speaker side by side with you playing.
Oh, that's rad.
So you can set a different level for the music you're piping in to play against, and a different level for your guitar sound. And the coolest thing about it is pure digital in the sense that it has infinite effects and settings. So you can
It's
go
like
ahead.
the size of a what's that, GameCube with a little handle and everything.
It's about the size of the
Yeah.
cube. Yeah, it is.
It is.
But the cool thing about it is it has a whole ecosystem where I can go ahead and search. I want to sound like Prince. Do you want to sound like Prince in Purple Rain, or do you want to sound like Prince no, let's go crazy. Okay, and sure enough, it pipes in the sound, gets it all dialed in, and you can save it to a preset. It's all cool stuff. So
Nice.
that's what I've been doing for the week, and I've been totally ignoring gaming. So
Oh,
you guys tell me, Shane, what kind of amp is that? It is by a company called Positive Grid. It is the Spark Mini 10 amp.
Nice.
So
That's
I'm not going to
cool.
go ahead. I'm not going to pull it
That is
up on here
cool.
because the last time I tried to pull up a link, I just crashed the whole stream. So I'm not going to do that this early. Let's go around clockwise. Sean, what you been doing, man? You been playing some games. I know it.
Well, I seen that deal for the Xbox Ultimate, and I needed to pick it up. It was $9 just for this month. I'm not going to continue my subscription. I just want to see, what was really on that Game Pass for me to enjoy. And there was a lot of great games. Now, last week I was saying I played Halo Infinite. I'm still playing that, but I put a pause because I wanted to try High on Life. Hilarious. This game has to be the funniest game I played in years. Like, I could not stop laughing. I'm like, how could they even say this stuff in a video game? Like, it was that shock. It was just like, what is this? What's going on? There's so much gore, so much, bad language. I do not recommend it for anybody under 18 at all. Like, this is insane of a game. And it's funny though. So I've been playing those games on the Xbox. On the PS5, I put The Witcher aside because, again, that's a long game. I said that last week. It's like 52 hours just for a normal play and over 170 if you want to complete it, if you want to platinum. So I'm trying to get through some backlog. I don't want to focus on The Witcher right now. So that was put aside. Fortnite, of course, I'm always keeping up with. One cool thing that I did not know about, and I did not even see about it in the news, updates, nothing, is a minute before every hour, a ball would like me and my buddy are playing there fighting people, and a ball would drop in the sky, and it's like, what the hell's that? It's a disco ball, and then it goes down little by little by little, and your characters start dancing. So you could have like 4 people trying to shoot at you, then all of a sudden everyone just starts dancing. Like, oh my
total
god, what is
target.
happening? Yeah, and then it stops, and then you all just shoot at each other. It was funny. It was an awesome experience.
That's
A
awesome.
great way to end the year with Fortnite.
Now, what
on
would have been
the-
cooler? No,
Go ahead.
hear me out on this, Sean. It would have been cooler if you started dancing if it was in your time zone, but the other people on the map,
Yes,
if it wasn't their time zone,
it
they're
was,
live.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
that
you know
would've
you're
been-
dancing. And they're
That's
like,
why we were shocked.
"F
It's
you!
like,
I'm in the
it's-
Eastern time zone." Boom. All right.
It's 9:59. Why are we dancing right now? We have 2 more hours, but yeah, that
Because
was really cool to see.
I'd be the guy in like Tonga, the first time zone that changed. I'd be on there going for 24 hours. I'm getting instant kills.
Right? I'd be in there too. Hell yeah. But yeah, that's it for the PS5. Then my buddy kept telling me, hey, try Pokemon Scarlet. And I had to pick that up too. So I put a little time into it. It's pretty cool. The mystery trades are really awesome, but at the same time, it could screw you in the end because you could get like a very common Pokemon and put it out there as a mystery trade, and someone gives you like something very rare. But that's again, it's a chance you take, and it's pretty cool. And you get things from the Scarlet game too, so it transfers over. So Scarlet, haven't seen any issues yet. I know there's been problems with glitches. They're waiting on fixes. I haven't run into that yet, but I'm enjoying the game. And last but not least, VR. VR, I've been really into over my time off. I'm always in VR chat. Let me see about the games. So the first game I played was Face Your Fears 2. And I thought this was going to be a game where you just sit on your couch, things are going to happen around you and, try to scare you, get over your fears, things like that. No, you actually walk around. A lot of climbing. I'm very surprised in a lot of these haunted stories, you're climbing. Like you're climbing out of a coffin or you're climbing out of something. You're climbing a house. And I don't really like that. I don't like how many climbing adventures that there were in the game. But there was some awesome stuff as far as like tentacle stuff in the water. So if you have a fear of water, huge octopus, that stuff was wild. So Face Your Fears 2, it's cool, but not something I would pay full price for. Wait for a deep sale. Crisis Brigade. This is like Time Crisis. This was fun. Crisis Brigade was definitely fun. So I recommend playing that. You're not like moving all over the place. You're stuck behind a certain spot. You don't have a pedal, so you just duck down. But very fun game, just like Time Crisis. Super Hot. Super Hot was a game that's been out for a long time, got very high rated. And I did not know this until I played it, that your enemies don't move unless you move. So I thought the enemies move all the time, but they don't. So you can really think about your next move. Like if they're going to swing at you, to duck down. And as you duck down, that enemy starts moving. Or they shoot, where to move to dodge the bullet. Super Hot is a really awesome game. Highly recommend it. It goes on sale a lot of the times out of the year, so definitely check it out. Waltz of the Wizard. That's another game I played. Really cool. We were just like combining different things, and you're interacting with the objects around you, and just like a wizard, like you're doing all this magic stuff, and it's really, really awesome. That's been out for a while too. So it's like a lot of these older games are just the price that they're at right now on sale. I definitely recommend them. There's some really great games. And the last one is MUVR. That's for PC VR. I don't know if it's for the Quest 2, maybe with like a cord to the computer, but MUVR is really cool. Let's just say the ROMs you have, let's just say Star Fox. I own Star Fox 64. So I got the ROM for it. You put it into MUVR. And when you go in VR, the Nintendo 64 system is there, and you're able to put it wherever you want to. There's so many different screens, so many CRTs. You're able to go around. You're actually able to take the wires out of the back, put them into different TVs, change the cartridge. It's absolutely awesome. There's some footage of it right now. Now that's something I didn't try. There's what do you call it? The
Light guns.
light gun support.
Yep.
That's
They're
cool.
playing 3 different light games. at
You're
once.
yeah, but how cool?
House
is
of
it?
the Dead, Duck Hunt, and I don't know what's on the top. That's pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
missed it, but
It's
that was
it's
cool.
awesome. There's a lot of stuff they updated with it. MUVR is just sick. I couldn't believe it. All the different controllers, all the different CD, all the different TVs, the way you're able to decorate the room, the posters. It's definitely something to check out, man. It's one of the best ways to play emulation, MUVR.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out because the video I saw of it, he goes ahead and puts a cartridge into the N64 or just turns on the TV, the glow of the room, for that
exactly
CRT
how
is
it is
there,
on
and
that CRT, which is mind blowing. It's just the
although
lighting
he
is
did say
insane.
the light guns are more accurate in VR emulation than they ever were in real life.
That crazy?
He,
Yeah,
he was
and
he
you
was
can
sitting there
calibrate
just
it.
mowing down.
You
people.
go in a menu just like you would in the game to calibrate your gun, and yeah, dude,
we're
you
gonna have
need
to check
try
that
it
out and do an episode on that. All right, Papa Brad, talk to me. What you been doing, man?
Let's see. The games I've been playing Galaxy Champions TV. That's been one I've been playing. It's kind of like a Smash TV that's on the iArcade. R-Type Leo. Then I've been playing a whole bunch of retro games trying to set high scores. I've been chasing scores on Mysterious Stones, Pop Flamer, Vigilante, Naughty Boy, and Dami, which are 4 retro games. But I've been getting more into retro games, like the older games. I love Atari, as I was showing you. And, I just enjoy playing those games. A lot of those games, you have to learn how to play them to enjoy them. But once you learn the rules, they're really fun games.
Cool. All right, talk to me, Endless.
Well, I've only been really focusing on one game. I've been doing it since Christmas, and
Okay.
My brother and I have been just playing it every time we get a chance, which is really nice because I haven't got up to play a lot of games with him. But yeah, like Warhammer 4000 Dark Tide. I like to say if you ever played Vermintide, it's like that, but not as. It's a little bit different, but it's really cool if you're into Warhammer 40K. It's a pretty cool game, and you max your character. It's an MMO essentially, in a sense, but it's also like Call of Duty. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird game. It's like if you mix D&D with Call of Duty. But
Wow.
yeah, I got my character up to level 30 and just started doing like the end game grinding stuff on it now, and that's been fun. And then I bought all the Monkey Island games because I got the new Return to Monkey Island. And then I was like, wait, I see all the old Monkey Island games are on sale right now. And those are super casual. Like if I want to just leave, go do something else, I can leave it up on my computer. And I like those types of games where I'm not forced to have to be right on, like that Dark Tide Warhammer game. When you play it, you're online with 4 other people.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, I got to go poo.
That's cool.
Like, you got to hold it.
That's what the Steam Deck is for, okay?
Well, actually, you're right. You can. So that's the cool thing is you can connect the Steam Deck and off you go. But if you're in chat, there's you might want to mute yourself.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm going to be dropping a new What's on Deck video for Midnight Suns. I finally picked that game up because I've been waiting for it to go on sale.
Awesome.
And that I think
went on sale, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yep. So I picked that up, and I love those turn-based kind of. It's almost like wizard chess. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, it's essentially just a game of tactical espionage, but with Marvel characters and obscure Marvel characters, which is.
I
really
want to
nice.
know what you think of it, man. I definitely want to know what you think about it because I
so
see it on
far,
sale and I'm like,
I'm
I need to pick
enjoying
it up,
it.
and I'm like, oh wait.
I think you should wait. Now that I own it, I would wait until like they bundle season 1 pass with the sale.
Gotcha.
And then I would buy it because it seems like they're going to be adding a lot more characters, and you got to drop like another $49 if you want those characters. Whereas if you wait a year, you only drop $49 once, and then you get them all.
And then you get them all. Yep. Of course.
So, but I just had an itch. Somebody gave me a gift card, and it was like, oh, should I put it towards? You were talking about High on Life or that game, and I've been looking at that, and I've watched so many videos, and I'm like, this is hilarious. But I was like, $60 for some jokes.
I know, dude.
I was like, that's a lot of money. But like you said, Game Pass is a great way to get it. And I would do that, but I just had Game Pass and I just canceled it because I'm trying to save money. So it'd be like, just get it again. It's like that kind of defeats the purpose. But you never know. I could fall prey to getting sucked in again because I do want to play it and I don't want to pay.
Not even you don't even got to worry about the year, dude. But I think that sale is off. But when they do something for a month where it's just less than $10,
they send me stuff all the time to try to get me to rejoin it. So
yeah,
I'll pick one up.
It's a game, dude. It's one of my favorite games right now.
All right. Well, public service announcement. I was telling Dan about this earlier. Is Microsoft has a rewards program. You sign up for free, and you can literally get points just by using Bing to search. For me, that's the gravy. But you come in every single day and just answer a couple. Most of these are do nothings. If I was to click on this one right here, it says Women Rock Day. It goes to another page. It shows me something, and I come back and it goes, great, Scott, you got 10 points. So generally on any given day, you can get yourself a couple of 100 points by just doing something. Sometimes you'll get like you have to answer 10 questions. You get 5 points for each one right. But you know what? If you are searching the questions in Bing, you'll get them right. 2, you'll get 5 or 10 points.
It's like you're double dipping.
Yes, for doing that search.
A double dipping.
I mean, we know they're making the money on advertising. Every time you open up Bing, they're getting money from somebody. So that's why they're kind of giving it back. And these 19,000 points right here, 12,000 could get me a month of Game Pass Ultimate. And then, as I was telling Dan, when you sign up, Microsoft goes, "Hey, why don't you turn on recurring billing with a credit card, and we'll give you a free month?" I go, "Sure," and I hit yes, and then tomorrow I come back and turn off recurring billing, so that I never get hit. So, see, if you auto redeem, it's only 10.5. Yeah, Vader, but if you auto redeem, you don't get to take advantage of what I just said. I don't think on the extra month. Let me know if you've been able to achieve that, because if I can automatically get it for 10.5 a month, I'm in. But if I can't get that free month, I'd rather take advantage of that and do a little bit of manual work. Good to see you, Goofy Foot.
What up, Goofy Foot?
All right, so we talked about what we've been doing, what we've been playing. Let's talk about 2023. I kind of threw a couple of loaded gun questions out there for us and the chat to ask. Let's see, what's the first one? Will there be a new player in either the console or retro home arcade segments? You don't have to name it, but do you think, because right now in retro we've got the top 3, right? We've got Arcade 1-Up, At Games, and iArcade. I wouldn't say there's anybody else that's as big as those 3. Do you guys agree?
Of course, yeah.
But I keep seeing things here and there, and of course there's always Kickstarter. Do you think someone's going to find the pool, deep enough to dive into this year and bring us a 4th player?
I mean, they could, but it depends, man. Look where iArcade came. It was just like we always thought we're going to have 1-Up. We thought we were going to have At Games. This was our stuff, right? Our 2. Then Kickstarter comes along. John comes along, and it's like, yo, I want to bring this out. And it's like, look how successful it was. Like, the guy was just in his basement talking about this thing. Oh, I'm going to bring out this. Now look how far it came. And anything could happen, right? Anything could happen, just like Junk says. But again, there's also people out there who have tried things. What was that one that P-Dubs got? The psychic pinball machine. Remember, it was like I forget the name of it. It had like a crystal ball on the front. What brand was that?
No, I'm losing it.
No?
I mean, I know there was Toy Shock.
No, there was another one though, and then it failed. And then there was Toy Shock, but you got to give credit to Toy Shock. Like I said previously, they were the first ones to come out really at Walmart to be like, "Oh, digital pinball, awesome!" Mm-hmm. But then At Games comes along and is like, "Boom! No, we got the ALP."
Yeah. They put out the first affordable V-Pin.
They did.
Super affordable, super easy. Like plug it in, build it, plug it in. So props for that.
Exactly. They were the first ones to come out while we were waiting for other stuff. And that was at the
Well
same
played.
time One Up
Well played,
was
pinball.
showing their stuff. That's it.
Well played.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. One Up was
Yep.
showing their stuff, but it wasn't out yet. So Toy Shock brought their stuff out, had lag. But honestly, the people who were working behind Toy Shock, they were really cool. I forget that Falky, right? Was it Falky, last name? Um, I forget what it was, $10. They gave you a new board that got rid of the lag. So I thought that was really cool for them to do that. Again, props to Toy Shock, but ALP destroyed it. So that's why I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
who.
I think
don't
there
know
was
who-
like that. There was like that space race to get out the affordable V pin between
Mhm.
Arcade One Up and
Yep.
At Games, and I think At Games, if they were ever to do it again, they could make some really great choices. But I think considering the rush there was to have that product out, because we were all just chomping at the bit to get the
Yes.
virtual pinball. So I think they
What is
did
this? I
really
need
good considering how quickly they got it out. I remember the prototype version they put out. They showed those pictures, and we were like, "No, that's not it." And then they immediately adapted. Do you remember that when At
Yep.
Games was launching the pinball? They immediately came up with a second version,
Mhm.
Yep.
which was much more refined. So with all this feedback now that they have, because I think the virtual pinball from At Games is absolutely my favorite product they make. I mean, it's just incredible. I play it all the time. It's probably my second most played arcade.
Well, I mean, I think the beauty of that is it's open architecture, which
Mhm.
is what has drawn a lot of folks to the the Legends Ultimate originally was the open architecture. Bring your own games. Being able to even I think some of you may have seen on Facebook that Clinton Clarion was showing. You know what? You don't even have to have a PC. You could go ahead and use the BYOG gaming, which is basically
That's
cloud.
amazing.
It's a cloud Windows server, and launch FX3 from Steam there, and bada bing, bada boom,
Yeah.
you are playing a game on it was a puck. He had a puck. He had, I think it was a 24 or 32-inch vertical display, and he was doing pinball. Using the pinball buttons on his.
For me,
his
I'm fascinated by that new Buy Stuff Store back box, the new one that they have, the one that
Mhm.
works with all the stock tables. Like, I
Yep.
would love to get one of those. That would probably be my next.
Oh man, I can't
At
show you
Games
mine, or
upgrade.
I'd blow up the whole stream if I tried. Because just to my left, I did the back box 2.0 upgrade. So right now you can see my back glasses for the stock showing up on the 24-inch display. Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Oh,
Oh yeah, look at that. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous.
And the display beneath it would obviously be for DMDs.
DMD, yeah.
Yep. All right, see if I can
Sweet.
get that back.
nice.
Not bad. I credit the camera, not the camera operator. So, Dan, I saw some nods and I saw some other things. What are your thoughts? Is there room? I mean, let's put it that way to you guys. Is there room in the market? I think at least that one is a yes. I think if somebody
Yeah.
had the right solution,
Everyone could try, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give people ideas. I mean, somebody could make a shell. Somebody could make things that would be compatible with your Switch or your Steam Deck, more preferably Steam Deck, because then you could just have a USB based fighting stick or arcade stick, and then you could have a bunch of games and emulations at your fingertips. So if somebody made like a cabinet that you could build and it had a decent size monitor in it, and it was just a shell and had a USB based arcade stick, I think that'd be something viable, and I could see. But I think things are going to start going more towards augmented things. I've seen a lot of like really neat, like you can turn your wall into a whole video game thing essentially, and you can, like, if you have a poster on your wall, it essentially can draw around the poster.
Yeah, I saw that.
it'll
That was
add
neat.
it to,
Yeah.
like, there's like that stuff's going to get bigger and bigger, and I made a YouTube short as a kind of like a joke, like the kids in Back to the Future 2, and they're like, "Oh, that's a baby's toy because you have to use your hands." Like,
Yep.
I feel like kids that are coming up, and I don't even know. My kids are adults now, so it's even kids that I don't I don't know what 5-year-olds are into. I know they like their Switches and I know they like their iPads, but so they're playing games on those things and touchscreen based things. So who knows what the future holds? And VR is cool, but I don't think it'll ever be adapted to mainstream because statistically, there's like a bunch of people that can't even see depth in VR. So it's like 50% of the population, roughly. So it's a bad.
Now you're talking just because they wear corrective lenses, or
Oh no,
astigmatisms?
Their brain
Okay.
can't. Their brain doesn't see it the way
The same ones who couldn't see those 3D posters in the mall back in the 80s.
Yeah, probably. Where you have to relax your eyes to see past it. Yeah,
It's ridiculous how good I am at those, man. You can just show me.
I know.
one
Well,
for 1
that's
second, and I'm like, boop, I know it. See it.
that's actually a skill because you can relax your vision to see past it. That's I'm not going to say it, but yeah.
Is it a good or bad thing?
It's a good thing. You have control over your eye muscles.
Today,
it's a
and
good
I was
thing,
like
right?
proud of myself. It's the thing. Once you
I
see
love
it,
those things.
you can't unsee it. Almost, you know where it's
Yep.
at now. It's like okay, but
I was gonna say it's just from you getting stoned and like staring off into the distance.
Oh, of course.
and relaxing
No,
your
that
eyes.
is- no,
That's
you got it right.
But didn't want to make that joke.
No,
but
you.
no, I do.
That's
so.
correct. I didn't want to say that either, but now
You're
that you
like,
brought it
oh.
up, yeah, dude, you're right. You are right.
all right. So I've been flooding.
It was the 90s in malls when remember that
It
all
was.
those kiosks with those things. There
Yes.
was hundreds of them.
Walden Books. Oh, that was
Yep.
Walden Books by me.
Oh yeah,
We had Walden Books because I was PA too.
bookstores.
PA had awesome malls, man. We had like the cool looking
Yeah,
malls
dude,
with like the weird curvy slopey and like light weird fixtures and like atriums and little waterfalls that
Mall rats. There you go. Yeah, buddy.
All right. So we don't have a general consensus on that. I think there's room if somebody does it right. I think the 800-pound gorilla in the room, Bobby One, nailed it. If Nintendo wanted to do it, Nintendo could kill it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be
I mean,
number one best-selling cabinet.
think about it. They've got their virtual console thing going on the Switch, right? So I can play all these different things, and they're making it work with pretty much. You could buy those extra controllers, but they're making it work with the stock controls on a Switch. I could go ahead and play Mario 64. I could go ahead and play, how many different Zelda games can I play on that? You go ahead and make a good generic control deck and a cab. Even just go ahead and start it off kind of like iArcade did with a bar top, and then offer a base, and then start offering the big old Mario Donkey Kong cab and Platinum Edition. I think if they wanted to do that, there could be enough nostalgia money out there
Definitely.
to have that ship. I mean, go ahead and have it come out with 20 games on it, and then sell the packs. Or like they're doing for the extend this further. What are they doing on the Switch? They're selling it as a subscription basis. So go ahead and take that model and go, yeah, I can play all this virtual stuff. Heck, they've even got Sega on their Switch. I could, they somehow have a licensing to have all these Sega games. I could be playing Sonic on a Nintendo Virtual Cab. I think that'd be the one who could make it if they wanted to.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think, to me personally, they think that'd be probably way too much the Pirate's Den.
Yeah.
Is what it would end up being.
It's a lot of work for little return on investment for Nintendo, I bet. But
hey, B, welcome to the chat, man. Good to see you. So, all right, so we got that. Let's go through the other two quickly and then talk about retro arcades. So we've seen a lot of console remakes in the last several years. I think Nintendo started off with their NES and Super NES classics. We've seen Sega pump out a few. Atari has done some. Anybody else you think wants to throw one of those into my living room this year?
Give me a Sega Dreamcast Mini, please.
that'd be
Okay,
cool.
Dreamcast
I want
Mini.
a Dreamcast Mini. Bad. Like I feel there's a lot of games that could pop on that, and like I have all the minis. I have the Super Nintendo. I have the NES. Like I have a lot of minis, and I love modding them. Adding a lot of games. But I feel like just a Sega Mini would be a Sega Dreamcast Mini would be absolutely awesome. Put Power Stone on there. Put Soul Calibur on there. So many great games you could put on the Dreamcast Mini.
I have a bunch of Dreamcasts with the GDEMU, which is a emulator that you can put in there, and you can just use like a memory card, and they work great. I mean, for me, like that's a great way to have a Dreamcast because you have all the games or most of the games, and it's emulation is perfect.
Well, that's like the Nintendo 64 too. What is that? EverDrive?
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Badass, dude. I love that. Absolutely love that. Best purchase.
And the Dreamcast is already pretty small. It almost is like a mini console.
I mean, it is.
It's a very small
even smaller.
console.
They could go even smaller.
I'm looking at my giant Atari over there. And compared to that, I could sit 2 Dreamcasts on my Atari. So I mean, it's like it's already pretty small, and that's a very easy mod. I would tell no one to be afraid of that. All you need to mod a Dreamcast is a screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver.
Beautiful.
You're golden.
I just thought of the ultimate right now. Just go ahead and have one cab that could go ahead and do 3 things. 1 has a built-in Steam Deck dock. 2 has a built-in Switch dock. And 3 just has standard OTG via a USB and an HDMI.
Yeah, you're right.
Just make that one cab. I'm going to go ahead and slide in the Switch over here. I'm going to slide in the Steam Deck over here. I'm going to have a shelf over here where I can go ahead and put one of my minis, plug it in. Yeah. Just do like you were saying, Dan, a shell. All you need is a really good shell because we've got a lot of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody wants to go out there and start doing it that way, I mean, we've seen companies out there. I see them all the time on Facebook that say they make multicades. But like you said, if you can do a shell that can do a lot of these things that we already have, and that can go other places. So I can obviously be playing my Switch game here on this cab, and then boom. Like the first commercial did for the Switch, I take that and I go meet Jennifer up on the rooftop, and we start playing up there too now.
Yeah.
So
but
that
the would probably be it.
Yeah,
that's good.
There we go, Mike. Go ahead and
the
trademark
Legends
that.
Ultimate already does so much, though. I mean,
it does.
Look how much the Legend. If you have a Legends Ultimate and you've unlocked the real power of it and what it can actually do,
I agree with you, dude.
That's what you can do right now with that beast right in my background.
What version is that? What version do you have of the?
I have both. I have the 1.0. I have 2 versions. I have the newer one and the older one.
See, and I love my 1.0.
Look.
I absolutely love all the things you can do with 1.0.
See, I got dueling ones right there.
Nice.
There you go.
Pixels.
I love that hat. Is that a snapback?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool.
But they're great. It's an open architecture, and that's the one thing At Games really did that right. So it's a very powerful machine.
It is, dude. I play so.
You just have to be willing to get your hands a little dirty,
Yep.
to learn how it works.
Yep.
But it does a lot. If you're willing to dig in there and see what you can do with it. I mean, when you have an ALU and coin ops, it's like game over. You got thousands of games with good controls.
Yes.
I'm going to put that last one that I shared with you guys in the notes out to the chat. Let them go ahead and answer that question, and we can move on to the specifics. All right, so we will go, and I'm going to flip a coin and make a semi-random. Hell no, I'm going to go from the bottom of the list to the top of the list. Let's talk about Steam and Steam Deck. It's only been out for less than a year. And Dan, I'm looking at you because you put out more videos about Steam Deck than any of us combined.
What's on deck?
Probably the number 2 source for me, besides, I'm not going to lie, I do have a number 1 source, and that is the other On Deck podcast. But I mostly listen to that podcast. I don't watch it, but
I don't know of the other one. But that's
Endless
fine.
is my
I
man
share
for the reviews.
I share the Steam Deck
quick,
headquarters
gameplay
people.
Shows you what's up. Endless is the man for the Steam Deck stuff.
Yeah, now this comes from a guy named Bill who did a big podcast for Nintendo in the past, and then he and a buddy that I used to do some work with did a Steam Deck podcast.
Nice.
Literally called On Deck is what it was called, and so it's about a 45-minute show once a week, and that's
Nice.
just where I get most of my news. I like how you focus
I
on
don't
one
really
thing at a
focus on
time.
news. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, no,
I
yeah,
just play games
his
and show you how it functions, and
yeah,
I
his
explore the
is
UI.
newsy. Matter of fact, what he does is he actually has in his Discord, just throw topics at me and I'll cover it. So literally it's the audience that builds the show
Hmm.
and decides what they want to see. Besides the usual, oh, here's a Steam update, here's a this, here's a that. But what I like about yours is it's mostly been the ones I've watched bite-sized chapters of something, so I can see this game and how it plays on it, or this accessory or this or that. So
Hmm.
I love that about your show. So with that, I want to ask you, what should we expect in year 2 from Steam Deck? Do you have anything in your crystal ball?
Yeah, I mean, if you've read that article that came out, Steam isn't really going to come out with like a new hardware. They are going to try to get a better battery. And so there might be a Steam Deck 2.0 that has a little bit better battery life. And there was a couple other things that they mentioned in that. But the hardware is going to stay the same. They don't really want to change the hardware until there's a giant leap in it. And I kind of agree with
I
that.
like that.
Yeah.
I
Just
like that.
just because it handles a lot of the stuff already pretty well. And FSR technology is getting even more advanced. Like the What's on Deck video I just recorded, it was actually 20 minutes long, and I cut it down to 5 because I cut out a big chunk of where I actually was exploring FSR and showing people how it worked. Because people kept saying stuff in comments that like what I was saying was wrong, but I was basing it off of like what AMD has on their page and what I don't even care what it says. I was just doing it. And then if I got a result, that was the result. Like, let's pretend I didn't read anything. Let's just say I turned it on. Sometimes it worked. Sometimes it didn't. I finally figured out like what the whole meaning behind it is and the best way to get like performance out of the device now with it. But it's kind of overwhelming, and I don't think the average person even want to mess is going to want to mess with any of that crap. Especially if you're only going to game 15 frames per second. So, but
Yep.
I think Steam Deck, you're going to see a lot more companies come out with like accessories. Like I am an affiliate of the JSOX company and stuff, and they're sending me that clear back panel. So once I get that, I'll do a review of it. I'm going to put it
Nice.
on my thing, and I'll be showing off the new D brand skin because once I take off the old back panel, I'm going to go ahead and put the new skin on the front of it and keep the back panel clear. So I'll have this fun, neat, like acidy green. I don't know if you've
Nice,
watched
dude.
any of my videos.
So
but
you-
I've showed it a couple times. It's really cool looking.
It's the one that looks like it's showing circuits underneath the front, right?
No, it's
No, okay, because I've seen that D brand skin, the one that
Yeah, I
you know,
like
you-
that.
it,
I've seen that. I like that.
basically looks like it is it's clear when it's not.
yes, and I have one that came with my one thing, but no, this is the thing I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
So that'll be on the front of it once I put the clear back on it. And the one you're talking about is super cool, and they sent me that. I actually have it right here in this box. like this. So it
Yes.
looks like the inside of the actual device itself. Yep.
I love that look.
Yeah,
And-
so I'm
and
gonna
the-
give
and the-
this away at some point when I give away I'm giving away a kill switch case. Like I already have the one that they stopped making because it had the magnetic back.
The
to it.
magnetic kickstand, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep this one because it doesn't affect my Steam Deck. So they're sending me another one. So when I get the new one, I'm just not going to open it. I'm just going to do a giveaway for it since I don't need another one, So I'll give that sticker away at the same time when I do that. And then I'm also giving away one of these at some point. It's a black version of that. It's just matte
Okay,
colored.
I can see the
That's cool.
pattern.
I
of it.
like that's cool too, dude. But that other one really.
Oh yeah, the green
That's
acid
cool.
one is like, it's just I love that. It looks so cool. The
So
metallic. And
Goofy
there's
Foot
some neat
says you're
ones.
giving it to him, right? You're giving him that.
Hey, Goofy Foot might very well win it. He's in a
There you
lot of
go.
my chats, so there you go.
Goofy Foot's everywhere.
I may
Yeah,
have
he
to
is.
join some live ones. I love that that case. The only thing about the kill switch to me isn't it one of the few cases? Well, not one of the few, but doesn't it stand out as being one that cannot work with the
Oh, it doesn't work with
standard
any.
dock?
It doesn't work with any dock. It works with like one dock I've found. JSOX makes one dock that does let it accept it. And JSOX also, I don't mean to keep plugging this, but they also make they make solutions to these things, and I think that's cool. They make a thing that slides onto your existing Steam dock. So like here's this official one, but it's this piece of like aluminum that slides over top of it, so you can have the kill switch case, and it will still utilize the Steam dock.
Nice.
It essentially kind of is like a little, I don't know, thing that you sit on top of it. I can't think of what the heck you'd call that. But yeah, that's cool. So I'm excited to like that they're doing that because on my kill switch case, do you see it on there?
Yep.
It looks really
That's
nice,
cool though.
doesn't
I
it?
like that. I like that.
Yeah, no,
man.
I like my wood grain on this, but I don't put a protective
I
case
love
on it.
wood grain,
So I'm not going to put it. I have the protective case, but I just don't like it. I just feel like it made it a lot heavier unnecessarily. And I've already dropped it a bunch and it's still here. And it's like little plastic airbags. The thing just goes pop,
Just-
and then you just clip it back together and off you go.
Yep.
Dude, I'd die if they had airbags come out the
I
back.
know. It's like that
Oh my
Speed
God.
Racer movie that when their cars crash, they turn into those big balls.
Yeah.
Remember
Yep.
that? That was a weird movie.
Yep.
I don't know.
Now, what about, and this has been rumored, asked for, begged for, the actual Steam controller, Mark II?
So there
'Cause,
is
I mean,
going to
we-
be a 2.0, but I don't know. Have you used that? Have you used one before?
I have, and
It's
it
not-
is, if you're coming from the Steam Deck, it is almost like a weird bastardization. I picture haunted movie puppets, playing with this controller because Chucky plays with this controller because
Yeah.
it is totally a
Puppet
chopped
master.
down. It's a chopped down version of the Steam Deck
It is
put together and turned sideways or at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, I have
Well,
it here somewhere.
When it first came out, it was brilliant,
two
and
of
and you can still use it
Yes.
part of the way because you think about it, you still have the mouse controls
Yeah.
through the one pad, so you still have that. But if I'm correct, you're not dual sticking it. You're single thumbstick and one
There's
pad.
two touch pads actually. There's one on each side.
But there's
If you make me smaller, I'll grab it. I
Okay.
think it's on my desk over here. I just got to go grab it. So
I make you smaller. There we go. Now you're equal. Yeah, I don't have one around here. I sold my old one because that was actually a cool device. A lot of folks don't know that before Steam Deck, they actually made this. I forgot what it was called, but it was just basically a box. Picture any set-top box that would go ahead and use Steam Link to go to your computer and go to your TV. And then it came with a Steam controller, which I think Dan has just found. So now
Yeah,
we got to
so
make
it's-
Dan big and happy again. No, it's just there you go.
Look at that.
So you've got
So that's the
D-pad, thumbstick, and then one
But
regular.
these are both
pad.
touch pads essentially. They both
Okay.
function as like
That's
touch-
cool.
So they're like little like the mouse trackpad on a laptop.
Yeah,
And then it has little buttons here, not dual analog stick. You have to use this and this together as the dual analog stick. But then there's a little USB.
and it does
cool
have the
thing
paddles in the
about
back,
this-
right?
Yeah, there are paddles in the back. It's actually part of the actual battery back here.
Mm-hmm.
If I can, let me actually just zoom.
Yeah, that
in,
works.
'cause I think you can see better. But if you take the battery pack off or the battery back, you can. I probably have the little thumb drive in here. Yeah, it came with like a little thumb
The
drive
Bluetooth receiver.
dongle thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the back of it, you could put a battery in here and a battery in here, and that's it. That's all it took. Two double A's. I believe that's all it was, is just two. Yes, two. It's been so long since I used it because I just use an Xbox controller now.
So, but do you
They work
think
really well.
2023 is going to be the year that they come out with the version 2 of that basically mimics the Steam Deck?
You know, have you seen the meme picture that looks like they just took the screen out of the Steam Deck
Yeah.
and pushed it? Yeah. So I hope it doesn't look like that, because that'd be silly. But I think it could. I think it could happen if Steam can make money off of it. I don't see why they wouldn't do it. I think they're going to wait and see how many docks they sell,
Well, wasn't part of
Or-
them stopping the first one a lawsuit? There was intellectual property about that controller that they had to actually stop producing them. They sold what they had
don't know,
left
actually.
at
Maybe.
ridiculous prices.
Oh, it was a penny. I bought a couple of these and sold them. They're
Yeah.
a penny. You could buy this in the Steam link. It was like a penny.
Yeah.
They
What?
were liquidations. Oh yeah, I have more than one of these.
Wow.
But I don't sell them now. I only have 2 now. I'm gonna keep them.
So
Yeah,
For nickel, dude.
those in the Steam Link were being practically given away back in the day because
And
they weren't allowed to manufacture them anymore.
And the
So they-
Steam link
they-
is cool if you have a good internet. Otherwise, it sucked.
Yeah,
But yeah. The Steam Link that's built into, like, if you have just Steam and use Steam Link on your phone, like, you don't even need your Steam Deck. You can just be like, I'm gonna go poo, and you can play your Steam games on your phone. I don't know if you know that.
Nice.
yes, yeah, we know that. Some of us do.
Not me.
I knew that.
Yes. So there's an app called Steam Link, and you just download it on your phone, and then you can play all your Steam games on your phone. But
But-
you have to like
That's
change the
cool.
layout, and it's a pain
Yeah,
in the butt. The
it's-
only game I do is pinball, because pinball's easy. It's like I need flippers and a plunger, you know.
Okay,
so I
see,
can do that real
this
quick.
is
So
in the
this is
chat.
this is
This is
news
what's
to
been
you,
bothering
Sean.
me. Brooklyn
Okay.
Mets kept saying "Vampire Saviors," and I'm like, wait, wasn't it Vampire Survivors? Isn't that the one that?
Survivors.
Yes,
Meatball
he's
Sauce used,
corrected
right?
us.
Yeah, Vampire Savers is the
Okay.
Capcom game.
Okay.
Darkstalkers. Darkstalkers 3.
And Vampire Survivors.
It's a great
is
game, by the
awesome.
way. Have that on
Yes.
Big Blue.
That is
It's a
Oh,
great
yeah.
game.
Yeah, no, I
Love that
can't
game.
stop playing it.
It's my
know,
favorite
it's
one of the
addicting.
of
So
the
good.
My mind
of the
was blown
vampire
with that Vampire
games. It's my favorite one. Darkstalkers 3 is the stuff.
Alrighty, so do we cover enough of the Steam Deck category there, Dan?
Yeah,
You
I
got
could-
anything else? to think?
obviously, I could keep chatting about it, but no, I mean, I think I'm looking forward to what the future holds. I just like it because games on Steam they're way cheaper. Like Kevgrid, I saw he pointed out that Midnight Suns was even $5 cheaper than what I paid for it on a third-party website. So that's why
Yeah.
I don't really make those types of videos because I don't. It's kind of a gray area, you know. But you can go to places like cdkeys.com, and use your like PayPal. You're not going to get really shafted because you used PayPal. You have a couple days to be like, hey, I didn't get my thing. The code didn't work. Give me my money back. So, and they're not, those sites you should always check. So even if there's a Steam sale going on, I still check those third party websites because I'm a cheapo. I
Oh,
need
always.
to save as
I
much
will
money
check-
as possible.
Yeah, I will check Fanatical first. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
I've got or is it Fantastical? No, it's Fanatical.
Yeah, Fanatical.
I've got that plugin set up on my
Oh,
browser so that when I'm in the Steam store, it'll go ahead and tell me, oh, well, no, Fanatical's got this for 20% off. Oh, well, shit. Okay, I'm going over there
Yeah, no,
now.
that's cool. That's super
So,
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
use,
why I like the PC and Steam because of that. So I hope that it keeps going. I think it's going to be a real contender for consoles in the future because if they can get the Steam dock a little cheaper, I think that I would buy multiples.
Hell
of
yeah.
them and take it from
That's
room
what
to
I agree
room.
on.
But I don't
Yeah,
really want to drop $90
Yep.
just on a dock.
I mean, part of it you got is like, what is it? Is it $30 for the power adapter if you bought it from iFixit?
It's like, well, it's $25.99, but then after shipping, you're probably right. So yep.
Yeah.
But
So, I mean,
JSOX makes one. It's $5 cheaper. No, they do, and it's
And-
actually pretty good. I have one, but
I think is it iVoler or iVolver also makes a good dock.
yes,
I
there are
think
a
that's-
lot of
that-
good
that-
docks.
Yeah, I think the iVoler's the other one that could actually handle the kill switch.
Kill switch case, cool. Yeah, no, there's
Yeah.
some neat docks out there. I was looking at just some random, like the no-name companies on Amazon. There's ones with like their weird shapes and
Yeah.
like because all it is a
Oh,
USB-C type connection, so they can really go wild with what they're making, you know. And do I trust a lot of those things? No.
No, I mean even
I don't
our
want it to fry
beloved
my
JSOX
device.
has had a problem or two along the way.
Oh, for
So,
sure.
It's always like you had said in the beginning, buyer beware. Luckily the
Yeah.
power on the Steam Deck is not as tricky as it was with the Switch, so we've been
Yes.
blessed in that sense. So
Yeah, Steam did a good job of like letting it discharge when it fills up, and they
Yep.
did all the safety stuff. I think you're not going to see a lot of battery swelling with those devices in a short period of time. I think it's going to take a long time. Knock on
All right.
wood.
Well, let's go ahead and move this on to, like I said, I'm going reverse from our notes, guys. So that means that Papa Brad is up next with what's going to be up for iArcade. What do you see happening in 2023? I'm going to go ahead and throw some possible scenarios at you. I'm going to
Okay.
say, do you think there's going to be a platinum?
A diamond iArcade?
Yes.
I don't know. They keep accidentally
I hope
saying
not.
diamond. I hope not. I really don't think they need to release another machine. I mean, I think the 2 machines we have are plenty for iArcade.
I agree. I mean, we haven't taken advantage of what came out in the new ones yet.
I mean, let's give credit. They have 337 games right now on their store. They have 67
Which
games
Papa Brad owns
online.
all of them.
I own every game. That is correct. I have a complete library on iArcade. My predictions are they're going to do more
I seen you
games.
click your last one.
And
Yo.
yeah, I think they're definitely going to do more than one light gun game. I mean, the amount of time it must have taken to get the Sinden guns working, I expect they probably have a few titles, which we don't know what they're going to be, but I'm sure they're working on some things. They're going to work with the light gun. I think whenever they drop a firmware, we're going to see a lot at once because I think they're going to enable 4 players able to play at once.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all based on the firmware. I think they've been working on a UI, I know, for at least a year. So there's a lot coming for iArcade to be excited about. But the thing that you can count on for iArcade is you're not going to be able to predict what they're going to do. They're going to get the games that you don't know they're going to get. And that's the one thing I'll say about iArcade. I mean, just when you don't expect it, they'll have like a great Smash TV game come out that's real similar. And, the thing that's great about iArcade is it's always the unexpected that you're going to get. And that's, it's one of the things I like about iArcade. It just keeps surprising us. And, they have some great games in the pipeline that we do know about, like the Ninja Baseball Batman game. I think they'll probably roll it whenever they do a firmware. I think they'll roll it out. I think they want to enable it where 4 people can play online at once. Mm-hmm. So I think with that game I don't know if it's completely ready, but I suspect, it's probably waiting on the firmware to be released with it. Things I would like to see for 2023, I'd like to see an online lobby system that just says anyone that's playing. Someone is playing this game, any game that's on the machine. Because the thing is with all these communities, it's a pretty small community. So, I mean, I think they should just put it where if anyone's on any game, it just shows up. If you want to be seen when you're playing online, it just shows up.
Well said,
That's
dude.
a great idea.
Yep.
I think, they have control panels I know that are being worked on by Glenn's Retro Show and Uplay Arcade. And I think they have a whole lot that they're going to do at once because I know they're going to need a new firmware to enable all this stuff. And I expect we're going to see something really epic drop all at once. I mean, like nobody knew they were going to drop Moon Patrol. I mean, that is a classic arcade game. Space Invaders, Burger Time, Moon Patrol. I mean, come on. They got classics. I think they're going to release a lot of new games that we're not going to expect. I think they're looking at the indie games to give us stuff that we can't play in an arcade format. So I think it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for 2023 with iArcade. I want to see them enable more leaderboards on what they already have.
Oh yeah,
so we can have more people chasing scores. I know for me, that's one of the things I love to do. I mean, I'll play an old game to get in the number 1 spot. And I'll learn how to play so I can play it well. But I like retro games, and they've got a lot of great retro games that people have never heard of, which really should get more love. So, give us 2 joystick karate champ too. You got the title, single player, 2 joystick karate champ. Make it happen. But
awesome.
the thing about iArcade is they listen. Like they have all. I guarantee you, they watch everything, and they know what we want. It's just a matter of their tiny team of people. There's only so much they can do because it's a small company.
Yeah.
And they're only 2 years old, right? Like
they would
the market.
Yeah.
It's a baby.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what they do too is they would rather wait and do it right than release it half baked. And I think that's what you're seeing. I mean, like, if you look at like even like the champions, the last game they dropped, the champion TV game. I mean, whenever they had it and had it perfected, they dropped it, but they didn't. No one knew that was coming. That was just a complete surprise. I think they need to keep doing that kind of thing because I think that builds more excitement. But yeah, I think what they really need to focus on is just keep pumping out games. Make sure the games are fun. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter if it was a classic arcade game. Doesn't matter if it's a new game. Just make sure
You
the
got love
games are.
from them all, dude. You got love
Yep.
from people like the classics, people like the modern.
Exactly.
Yeah, like the modern, but then you can't satisfy everybody, but there's a mix. They're at least
Focus
they're
on fun,
releasing a mix. Exactly.
Yeah. More, more donut dodos and less Bearsis.
There you go.
I mean, they can definitely do that. And the way to do that is by, I think they just need to, keep grassroots, keep looking for things that we're not expecting, and just, I think they're doing a good job, but I think they're going to accelerate the games they're getting for next year.
It was a good question.
So yeah, if you get a send in to play light gun games on your iArcade, would that be the gateway drug to play light gun games on your PC through emulation? Good, it could. I've seen folks that are playing a lot of light gun games with OTG gaming, using old packs or even hooking up their Wii. I think the first time I ever saw somebody doing a light gun game on their ALU was a hooked up Wii playing which game was it? I'm trying to think. It wasn't Res Evil, it was one of the other ones.
Right, House of the Dead.
It was House of the Dead. Yeah. He had some kind of one of those $5 you buy on Amazon guns, put your Wiimote into that, and he was playing that on his ALU, and I thought that was the coolest thing. And that was like a year and a half ago. So sure, it could be the gateway drug, but I think if anybody was into that, I mean, you tinker more than most of us do. I'm sure they'd have tried the guns already if they were so inclined, on their PC if they had it going on.
I think Brooklyn Menace really has it too. I mean, what people want is simplicity. They have the USB port in the front, plug that light gun in and get that mug working, calibrate it once, and let's rock,
Well,
I mean, I think that's what people want. I mean, you can do all this stuff through emulation. If you've got the skill, someone like B Kong, if you've ever seen his light gun builds that he's done or his light gun cab that he made, it's incredible. But, for a lot of people, they just want something simple. And I think with the iArcade Gold, they can offer that. I mean, they're totally set up to offer that now. You got a USB port in the front, you plug it in, and I think they're developing some light gun games. I don't think we know what they are yet, but I suspect they're not doing all this just to have one game come out. It's a lot of work for one game.
I agree.
Yep, and there are a lot more light gun games out there than many of us know. I've gone through some of the websites and just searched for games that play with a spinner, games that play with a trackball, games that play with all sorts of things. And if you put light gun in there on, I think it's arcadeitalia.net, you will see there are a lot more MAME games than you even remember that were light gun capable. So it's totally
with them enabling controller panels too. I think you could play most of those games on a trackball, because I know on the ALU you can play all the light gun games with a trackball, and for the most part, it's acceptable. It's an acceptable gameplay experience. It's not the same as holding a light gun, but it's definitely enjoyable.
I would definitely break my wrist playing Terminator 2 with a trackball.
Definitely.
You'd hurt
Give me
yourself.
Mad Dog McCree on a trackball.
That's what I'm talking about. I love that game. Those cheesy Laserdisc games. I love all the Laserdisc
Drug
games.
Wars. Who Shot Johnny Rock?
Crime Wars. Who Shot Johnny Rock?
Amazing games. Absolutely amazing.
That's the kind of stuff they need to pursue. Stuff like that, oh, I forgot all about that. But then all of a sudden it just shows up and you're like, wow. And they know, believe me, when you drop a game like In the Hunt, good games. You look at the shooter collection they have, the shmup collection they have, the entire Toplin library. they know what's good. It's just a matter of if they can get it or not. They know, believe me.
Thank
And
you,
now,
Kong.
They listen.
you know,
Great
and Kong has a
comment,
great
man.
question. And matter of
He
fact,
does.
I have played Bluetooth, light guns on a PC. It is possible. Aimtrack, has a mod for their guns to make them Bluetooth. I originally tried that many moons ago, hoping to get it to work with my ALU. Unfortunately, the ALU wasn't listening for what my light gun was saying. It wasn't picking up what we were putting down. So it's just a matter of drivers. Totally possible. I literally had the Bluetooth modules installed, test them out on the PC to make sure they worked. So that'd be up to,
I see.
and I don't know if Sinden has Bluetooth guns. I know they've got regular and recoil, but do they have Bluetooth guys? I didn't think they've come out
I
with
don't
that
think
yet.
so. But I see Kong's Russ saying, I hope someone figures out a way to make Bluetooth light gun for
Yeah.
Generation
I
1.
sure hope
I
so.
mean, definitely. But I mean, I didn't buy this technology to have it sit. So, I mean, if it's only going to be on the gold, I'm fine with that too. I bought the gold because it was the next level. I mean, bring it out. Don't hold it back so that people that have the older cab can play it. I mean, there's going to be alternate control panels eventually. So I'm saying give it to us, man. I'm ready. A lot of people I know have the gold and
I'll
they
do
have
it.
light guns. They're ready. So
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and hit the other two, and I'm going to get us back here to normality. Okay, great. So where we started off tonight. All right, so the last two, Arcade 1-Up and Nat Games. Let's go ahead and hit those easily. We saw what both companies did last year. When it came to Arcade 1-Up, we saw a couple of new titles. I don't want to say new, but finally released titles. We saw the introduction of the XL cabs. We saw the Pros cabs or a Pro cab come out. So where do they go from here? Because year over year, and this is not a bad thing because people are spending the money. So obviously they're onto something. We see the same IP. I don't have enough figures on one hand, I don't think, to count how many times there's been a Mortal Kombat cab come out.
Pac-Man.
Yet.
Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, where do they go? Any chance that Arcade 1-Up goes ahead and just, flips the script and goes, you know what, we're making a multicade. Let's go.
I doubt that.
I don't think
No.
they'll ever do that.
No way.
That's
think
totally
so.
against their
There's
model.
too many people spending money on dedicated cabs, a couple games here and there on a cabinet. They're a legacy cab, 12-in-1. They're willing to put their money towards that. But the one thing I want to put my money towards, though, if you are gonna, I'm not gonna put my money towards a Pro cab. I'm not. There's so many things they need to fix with the Pro cab. But let's just say they say, hey, here's Time Crisis 1, 2, all the Time Crisis. Here you go. It's premium pedal, this. I will spend the money. Like, show me what my value is. Show me what my money's worth. I'm not going to give you this much money for one game. Like T2, awesome game. It really is. Terminator's an amazing arcade game. But am I going to put that much money out for one game? I'm not. Give me a little more, and I'm even willing to spend like $8.99. You want to put, more shooters on that cabinet? Willing to give you the money, but I'm not seeing the value of what they're putting out right now. I'm not.
And I think that Rodell
You
kind of
shouldn't have
nailed
to
it.
mod your cabinet. You should not have to mod your cabinet spending that much money. Simple as that.
Yeah. So, 1-Up to make a multicade, they would have to take the licenses they already own and allow you to download them. That would be the only way to go up. And that's not a bad thought, though. The thing is they try to give you the same controllers you had on the cab. Try. They're limited in getting that at 100%. I don't think anybody's nailed 100% for one
I like
specific
that
game.
idea, though.
Yeah,
Like, you could even take it further. What if they actually built a cab that could cover all those bases that you just talked about? So, like, they're mimicking iArcade then, where they're making swappable decks, And then you could be like, oh yeah, if you want to play the spinner ball games, then you need to put the spinner ball deck on there. And it's a cab that's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. But I don't think they would do that because I don't think they want to enter into iArcade's market of doing that. I think
They're in the
everybody
nostalgia
chat-
business.
Yeah, I think everybody in the chat.
They're not in the multi-CAD business. They're in the nostalgia business. What people want that buy an arcade one-up is a mini replica.
Yep.
That's easy to move, that's smaller and lighter, that reminds them of what a Pac-Man is, that reminds them of what a Mortal Kombat is, that reminds them of what a Big Blue is.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly that, but it
let me tell you,
brings
dude,
back those feels.
That Killer Instinct 2 original is heavy as hell. And I need like sliders on the bottom of that damn thing. And yeah, it's not fun, dude. I could fit 2 1-ups over there. Like, that's the reason I didn't buy a Killer Instinct cabinet from 1-Up, because I have the original KI2. But if I didn't, I would for $299. Hell yeah, I would buy that. The Pro, hell no, dude. People, like I said, people should not be spending that much money to mod something where like the sound sucks, the monitor sucks, this needs to be changed. Like, you're spending that much money.
Yeah. It gets frustrating, like I was frustrated about all the problems I had with Tron and the amount of money I paid for it. That left a bitter taste in my mouth. And then like even Dragon's Lair going on sale, like, because I was asking around, I was like, do you think these are going to sell out? And should I buy one now? Or if I wait, is it going to be like what happened to Star Wars? And it didn't turn out to be like Star Wars. And I could have saved myself $150 to $250 depending on what sale you got, so that's frustrating. Now I understand sales happen, and if you want to be the first to have something, then you pay a little bit more premium. That's understandable. But there wasn't good enough quality. Like, the thing cost $700. I went through 3 PCBs. That's the third one that's in there now. My stick never broke, which is cool, but my spinner broke and my marquee was wonky. And they replaced it all, which is good on them for customer service, but it still sucks. Like, you don't want to have to, like you guys mentioned it many times. We like easy things, like Papa Brad said. I don't want to have to like keep finagling with stuff. I'm an adult at this point. If that's a hobby or me turning it into something that it's more, I just want to play games. I don't want to.
Just want to turn it on, play some games, turn a switch, hit a power button, and have a bunch of good games you can play, or have a game
that's what most of us
is
look
nostalgic, or that's nostalgic to you, that brings back those feels.
Right. Yeah, let me highlight some of the ones that
there's people who want a dedicated cab. There's a market for everything, dude.
Yeah, and so Carl thinks that the multicade has been done right once. I will say it's been
the ALU is like that is the Swiss Army knife.
I will keep saying this. I will keep saying this all the time. Like you said, what is your most played cabinet? It is the Legends Ultimate. It really is, because I can do so much with it.
Yep, and earlier Dan was saying, Dan was saying switchable decks. I mean, they've got their 4-player deck that actually, the way I've got mine set up, I've got, instead of screwing it back into the cab, I've got a buy stuff pedestal. I keep one deck on there. I use Velcro. I just pry it up. You can't lift it up. The Velcro's that good. You pry it up. Go ahead and slap it right there on the ALU. Boom! I'm playing 4-player, and I've got the same Velcro on that deck there that goes into the pedestal, and now it's good. It can go on the TV if I want, so I can switch back and forth between having something that has a spinner on it, or I can get my Pro deck and have an 8-player or 8-button stick for some of the more advanced fighting games for OTG. So, yeah, I mean, like you said, Swiss Army knife, and having swappable decks just like they're rolling out with the iArcade are great things for that. Brooklyn Menace had a point. So maybe Arcade 1-Up goes ahead and makes not full multicades, but a fightercade. Make a fightercade. Go ahead and say
you can get midway titles.
I can see that. I can see that definitely.
This is set up just for because these controls are set up for these kind of games, and so this is our fightercade. You can go ahead and download, like you said, Capcom. You can download Mortal Kombat, those kind of games that are all set for a pretty generic fighting cab. I could see that. So that's a good idea out there.
I don't ever see them doing that personally. I don't think they would ever do that because I think they're so in tune with it being a replica. I think they're not going to cross. They're never going to cross that to become like a multicade.
I don't know.
I mean,
People
they want to
been
sell you
yelling
a
at 'em.
room. Yeah, they
People-
want to sell you a room full of arcade one-ups. You know,
Maybe
I
they're
mean,
going to go away from trying to be replicas because everybody's
Maybe.
like, you failed at it.
I mean, that's been their formula so far.
No, you are right. I'm just
Yeah.
making a joke about like how
You know,
everybody
I have a
always
slightly
screams and yells
popular
at 'em.
video with my feelings of Arcade One Up. It's got about 4,000 views right now. It's called "I'm
Yeah.
Done with Arcade One Up."
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was
And
on the news. Everything.
I pretty much explained my viewpoint on it. I mean, I think we could
And it was
change.
a great
For
video.
me, is the price
It's
is
great.
right.
Yes.
That is my Arcade One Up philosophy. If
Yep.
the price is right, it becomes an option.
Yeah, and now Carl O just kind of sums it all up, and it's all about what you, the buyer, want. Because obviously
Buy what
he is
makes
a
you happy.
golden tea guy, and if you give him a good golden tea cab, he is all over it. And there are games like that if you can recreate the experience, it takes a specific cab to do that. Golden tea, is while it can work on a multi-cade.
Star Wars with the yoke.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
There's
not going
certain
to have
there's certain
unless
experiences.
you have that yoke, and
Yeah.
that's a whole different game there.
Yep. So there's certain experiences that you definitely need to go dedicated on to get the full experience. So I can see that.
agree.
But like you said, Arcade One Up. What is their parent company's name? Tastemakers. I mean, they're into
like a toy
home
company originally.
furnishings. Yeah.
Hatchimals.
So,
Hatchimal.
Sell some Hatchimals.
yeah. Let me see.
Where's the Hatchimal cab?
Now, one company
Surprisingly,
that
I think people probably would buy that right now.
Watch
'cause I
that
think
come out,
Hatchimals
dude.
are popular.
Watch that come out this year.
Yeah.
Because
they're-
people are buying Hatchimals
The-
to remind themselves when they're supposed to drink water now. I don't know if you know this
yeah.
is a trend that's happening, but
I just get thirsty and I drink. Yeah.
You know, I think there's no way that Arcade One Up can have a worse year than 2022.
No, I think that they
You just
they
jinxed
There's no way they can have a worse year because they had two of the hottest titles. They had Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and they had Blitz,
Yep.
which are about as hot as you're going to get. For people that love arcade games, those are some smoking hot titles. And I'm still waiting for my online from a Marvel vs. Capcom. It's fully modded out. It's got all
know.
cinema controls, and the community fixed the lag in the game. They repaired the game. It was sent out halfway working with a ton of lag, and then the community itself actually fixed the game. But I mean, I would just rather they wait till they're completely ready before they launch a game. Don't launch it and have the public be the beta testers.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, and I kind of feel that online wise, the public is still beta testing for them because if you look at the online cabs they have and look at the interface, they're all different. I mean, you see how Big Blue has their spectator mode, and then you see them talk about a different spectator mode on different cabs. The online for Mortal Kombat 30 versus Street Fighter Big Blue, totally different.
You know what baffles me too about Arcade One Up? This baffles me. I mean, I watch all the content. I mean, I'm sure you've seen me haunt all these streams. But and Michael, in one of the streams I just watched, they did a poll, and it was 77% of the people were like 40 to like 60 years old. And why are they not milking out these 80s titles? I mean, easy to emulate, probably easier to get online because you're talking about games that are like could practically be on a screensaver for your computer. And they're just not embracing it. I just totally don't get it. But they should be embracing like the 80s arcade stuff. I just don't understand what their holdup is. Everyone wants Robotron and Qbert, and they're just like not. I mean, we'll see this year if they bring it out, but they really should embrace the 80s stuff.
That's it.
I would buy a Qbert. I love Qbert.
I like Qbert.
They did it
enough that
well.
I'd play it.
The thing is, if you ask a normie about video games, they know Pac-Man, they know Qbert, they know Mario. So I mean, it's a super recognizable character. I think they're underestimating, what they could do with a Cubert and with a Robotron or just a good multi Williams. I mean, look how popular the Defender Partycade was. This arcade that hangs on my wall is on my door is one of my favorite arcade one-ups. I mean, that's almost tragic. I mean, why is that not
that
a cab?
is a blessed
That is tragic.
device.
I mean, why is it a Doorcade is like one of the best machines they made? That in Star Wars? I mean, come on. If you're into 80s stuff, I mean,
if they re-release that Doorcade again over and over, people will still buy
It
it.
would sell
Guys,
out,
by the
yeah.
way, the poll I just put out there, I must have hit start before I finished. I was trying to get 2 more age demographics in there. So if you're over 55, just go to answer 51 through 55. But it looks like so far here, out of 10 votes, and our most has been like 12 or 13, we're in the 41 to 50 range for the viewers who are live right now in here. So I obviously at the top of that 55 am scraping it. I do know a few of our viewers that are older than me, but they're not in the show right now. So we're talking right now, according to 14 votes, 57% in this audience are in the 41 through 50. This is who we're talking about here.
Okay, I'm going to say this too. Like the retro, they blew it by putting crappy monitors in their machines. I mean, they've released a beautiful looking Centipede, a beautiful looking Dig Dug and Joust, and then they put monitors which you can't even use. Like they wash out when you move a little bit to the side. That's like
Yes,
it's like no one wants to go through all that. I don't want to have to swap out a monitor on a brand new machine I'm buying. I mean, I want to build it and have a good experience, and that's not too much to ask for. I mean, everyone here works hard for their money. I know everyone here works hard for the money, and you just want to get a good value for your money. And
and I think
Exactly.
the modding community, while it's a great thing that we can mod these devices,
you can do it.
I think what I hear a lot is I almost wish I didn't have to.
Yeah, I mean,
now there are tastes out there. If you are in fighting games, you could either be in the Sanwa or you could be in the Industrious Lorenzo camp. Right there, I know that's divided. So for fighting cabs, you're not going to please everybody because there's 2 different totally.
Here's my thing. I'm fine with waiting. I'll wait to do it right. Like iArcade, say what you want. They took a year and a half to release Space Invaders and nail it and get it perfect. They have the best version of home Space Invaders ever offered to the public on their machine. And that took a lot of effort. It took them a year and a half to release one game, which people are like, oh, that should be a $2 game. Well, not really. I mean, Space Invaders is a top 5 arcade game.
No,
the
price wasn't bad.
Yeah, for what it was. I mean, but my point is, like, if Arcade 1-Up had a little bit of that, if they would take that little bit of time to just make sure they've got it perfect before they release it, like Star Wars was close to the perfect cab. I mean, anyone that had even the original Star Wars they released, that was close to their perfect cab. It only plays 3 games, but it plays them perfect almost. And I know people that have real arcades that bought a Star Wars Arcade 1-Up. And that's if real arcade people will buy them and put them in their arcades, they did it right. Yeah. So, I mean, I think, that's what it's about. It's like, get it right before it's out to the public. Because once the public has it, it's too late,
All right, it bites companies in the butt when they're beta testers, and it's sad that almost every company does that because they can never amount for the amount of people that will be the consumer in their little labs. Oh, we got 5 people versus thousands, So we'll always be beta testers, but please let it bake for a little bit longer before you try to feed it to us, just so it tastes a little better.
Exactly. All right, guys.
Buttons and sticks aren't that bad, but a monitor is a whole different thing. I agree with that.
Totally different.
I've put new controls in most of my cabs, even arcade 1-Ups. So,
all right, guys. So we've almost hit the 90-minute mark, which is where I'd like to land it, but obviously I figured this one would run a little bit longer. So let's just go ahead and hit the lightning round.
Left.
Let's hit that lightning round really fast. There's not a lot of news going on. It's the new year. CES just started. Actually, I don't think it officially starts till the 4th or 5th. So pre-CES has started. We've seen some things out there. I think you pointed out to me that somebody came out. Was it Dell making this controller? Is that what it was, Sean?
And this looks beautiful. Looks like a
of course, it has an alien on it, so Alienware. Yeah.
Look at that.
So I do like the layout of that.
Beautiful controller, man.
So the OmniPad, I'm thinking we're talking just like those trackpads on the Steam products. You got your bumpers.
Better. That looks nicer to touch.
The OmniPad looks nicer. Yeah.
It does have a certain
this one
sex
looks
appeal
nicer
to
to touch. I'm saying.
Now it says dual thumb scroll wheels. It only looks like one, so we'll
I just think it means that you can either use your left thumb or your right thumb.
That's exactly what I think.
Yeah, because
it looks like one giant wheel.
Yes.
But how would that work? That's a pretty big wafer. I don't. Maybe it is too. Who knows? But
that'd be a huge wheel. Like if you open that thing up, how big is that? Is it a pizza?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. You make a good point there. I don't think it's that big. Maybe it's an illusion. Maybe it's like a stretch piece of rubber on like a track pad, like a tire track or a tank track. Sorry, couldn't spit it out. But.
Yes.
Let me see. That's called.
That sounds like way over-engineered. That looks like a fancy controller. Did you see that one thumbstick said it was adaptive? Does that mean like adaptive, like the PS5 controller thumbsticks?
Yeah, I didn't get a lot on that.
Pressure?
Let me see.
That'd be cool.
I don't want to play
if your
somebody
thumbstick
else's.
could like push back on.
Yeah, I
you,
didn't get a good look into it, so I just seen the picture.
That'd
and
be
I'm
neat.
like, oh, that looks cool, and that's it.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. I have never had anything like that happen. There's some like force feedback steering wheels, and I like those. If they could do that with a controller's thumbstick, that'd be neat. That's probably the next step.
Hell yeah.
Maybe Alienware's doing it.
I don't know here because I'm reading. Oh, there's the picture of that thumb thing. That's just one. It has to be one, or is it two? I can't tell. That's it. We're sharing this page. All right. So present, share. Just go ahead. Let's just kill the whole thing by accident, Scott. No, we're not going to do that. So yeah, ignore this guy. I'm going to get rid of him because I don't know what he's talking about. But that does look like.
Scroll up. Now it makes sense. So the roller's probably only like that big around, and there's two of them. There's a split in the center of it, so each one's separate. If you go back to that, see how there's
That's
like
what it kind of looks like. Let me get. Not going to zoom
that makes
out.
sense. And
Zoom out,
engineering
zoom in.
wise, that makes more sense.
I
than
like
a giant
that.
disc in
That looks
there.
cool.
Yeah,
like
there's a split in the middle there, so each one lets you scroll, which that might be pretty cool.
I can see that good for fine tuning. Something. I guarantee you, a Legend of
If
Zelda
one
game would
goes
take
up,
advantage of that.
It could be like X and Y axis for one, and then so you could be like wee, 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 doing them both together at the same time like a mouse.
Yeah, they seem to have a lot of stuff in this Nix NYX platform, but yeah, that was the game controller. So that was the first bit of gaming news out of CES.
I like that controller.
See, the only other things that I saw, guys, Arcade 1-Ups. Right now, I can talk about his sales, and I think the MK30 is selling for $399. I think everyone out there, everyone thinks the sweet spot for that's about $300.
I think the sweet spot for any of those now is $169.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct, and then that drops down to $299. People are going to grab it.
I mean,
So
when you pay $145, you get 4 players and a stool. I mean,
yeah,
there's no way they made much on that. I mean,
totally. Let's see here, and iArcade hasn't done anything this week. We're still waiting for the next.
Yeah, that's why my show's waiting too. My next show will be on the 12th. But I mean, I really don't want to release a show if I don't have any news. So I mean, till they crank back
People
up.
just like to see you though, Brad.
I hear you. Yeah. But I like to have something to talk about. So.
Sean and I hardly talk news, and people still see us once in a while.
That is
You could
true.
pull a retro Ralph and grow a beard and then dye it and then talk about
There
it.
you go.
There you go.
I had this dream that I dyed the beard. That people could actually see it. Let's see here, and then the only thing I saw in the news, obviously, was At Games did have their holiday leaderboards that went on, and now while some people you're going to have your positives, your negatives, and everything. Um, the negative was a lot of people said they couldn't submit scores or that they couldn't view the scores. And I went to the website several times over that holiday weekend, and I got timeout errors and things like that. It happens when it's very popular. What I can say though is, and I'll show you these, the slides really fast. You had, good deal of winners here. $100 gift card out to Failsafe.
Keon, yo, I didn't know he was on there.
Yes, that's why I wanted to show this up. We had Papa Pump from our Discord and
Good
Keon
stuff.
on there. I think it's the names
Keon's
I recognize. So, that was $20 gift cards. If you guys aren't doing the math so far, it's $500. And then we have on the Grinch, and you can attest to how tough it is to get a high score on that one, Sean.
Yeah, wow.
Let's
but
not talk
Earned
about
those.
But right
You
there
know what?
was 10 100s and 10 500s. Math in my head's telling me something like that's $1,500.
Shout out to At Games because that Grinch pinball table is fire. That
It
table
is.
is
It
so
really
much
is.
fun to play.
Yeah.
I mean,
No matter what anybody wants to say about,
So much fun.
I had trouble, doing, participating in this. I totally understand, but give them credit for shelling out the money. I did the math on that. That came up to what, $2,300 in prizes for one weekend of gaming.
Nice.
That's not too shabby.
That's cool.
You got to give credit where credit's due, no matter if it wasn't perfect. It obviously was very well intentioned, didn't hit the mark, but I would not call it a failure on any
Oh, yeah,
stretch
I
of
agree.
imagination. I mean,
It's just like when Steam gave away all those Steam decks. That didn't go the greatest.
yeah,
but nobody was like yelling. Well, maybe there were, but yeah. Well, we won't listen to those people because it was cool that they did that. That's a lot of stuff to give away and to give back to people. So that's really cool.
yeah, no, it's definitely a good thing to do that. Well, with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start throwing up the Steam codes, and you guys tell me if there's anything else that we didn't talk about. Wait, there's one. Steam. Let's see. What were the top, was it 20s from December?
Vampire
Wow,
Survivors.
huh?
Is it number one?
Yeah.
Number one again.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks to Meatball Saucy, yeah.
But let's see, The Witcher, the one game that Sean will not take the
I'm
first hit
not
on
touching
because
yet. Nope.
he's
not
afraid.
touching yet.
The first one's always free. He's afraid of that one. Let's see. Cyberpunk has resurfaced. Stardew Valley always on there.
Fallout 4 is still in the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
People love
Yeah,
Fallout, huh?
Yep. No.
What's
Skyrim?
Rotato. What?
Bro Tato's
Rotato.
awesome.
What?
I don't know what it is. I'm just kidding.
Is that on the top 20?
Great
It
name.
is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna look it up because
I think it's like a potato-themed Robotron.
Yo, this got
is
a
it?
10,
That'd be
Yeah.
hilarious.
this got a 10 out of
Cuddles,
10
Miami
on
Cuddles
Steam.
was talking about it. I think
I'll
it's
have
like
to
a
check
it's like
it
a
We're going in it
potato-themed
right now
Robotron.
because you
we're
can't
all
have
we're all like
you
looking
can't have a title like
There
that.
you
Go
go.
along with
There you
that.
go. And listen,
Rotato.
that's your next what's on
All
deck.
right.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
premise.
I
It's
don't know.
good.
I may have a
Rotato.
code for this. I'm not sure. Let me share that screen and we will see. What in the heck is Brotato all about? Right now, of course, you can save 20% if you went ahead and went for Brotato. Let's just make that
Oh
go
no,
that way.
Bro Tato gives me Vampire Survivor vibes, but with guns, and you can shoot maybe instead of just running.
Yeah, very
with analog.
Robotron Smash TV dual stick
Yep.
shooter.
Says a top-down arena shooter roguelite. You play as a potato wielding up to 6
Yo.
weapons at a time.
6 weapons at a time. Nice.
Let's see the other screens here. It does have a Vampire Survivors feel to me. Not sure
It
if you're
says
able.
similar games that you play
Goofy
in Vampire
is upset.
Survivors.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in my cart.
Yes.
There you go.
The one thing I'm
It's
curious
on
about.
sale right now for $3.99. I gotta
Check
go
out
check
what's
this
on
out.
Unless
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check out your review when you review it.
It's an early access game right now. Okay. All right. Cool.
I'll
cool,
still
cool.
try it out just because it's so funny.
I need to get Vampire Survivors. I have a ton of Steam games, but I don't have a Steam Deck. But I do have a ton of Steam games.
Yeah, to me, Vampire Survivors is if I'm thinking I'm having a little trouble going to sleep tonight, I'm just gonna just lay in bed, We'll play Vampire Survivors until I can't stop anymore, and then I'm just gonna probably fall asleep
So,
with the deck on my
Can I
chest.
ask you a question?
Go.
Does it make you fall asleep? Because it makes me fall asleep too. But like, I'll play it for like it's usually an hour, and then I pass out from playing.
Well, it keeps Meatball Saucy up because that
It
guy.
to
Jeez.
me, it's for me the problem falling asleep, and we're going on a way different tangent here, is my mind thinking about tomorrow
Yeah.
and what's going on. So to get that
Yeah,
off there,
just shut down.
you do
Turn
one of
off
two
the
things.
brain.
Watch
Shut
TV. For me, that'll be like streaming. I think I watched Bob's Burgers all 22 seasons. I think it is, or whatever it is, in less than a few months because that'd be my go-to. If I can't sleep, let me. I'm gonna finally catch up on Bob's Burgers.
I started rewatching all the original Star Trek episodes in order.
Nice.
I got a Star
Nice,
Trek.
dude.
I got the Blu-ray
Hell
with
yeah.
every Star Trek of the original series,
Like
and I started watching them. I mean, I don't know. I like it. It's so good.
Nice.
It's
And then we
still. I
got
don't know if
the
it's
crew on the
nostalgia,
back.
but
This was a gift from somebody.
it's such a good show. That's cool.
I love it. I wore this
All right.
today, and somebody's like, "Oh, what was your favorite, Deep Space Nine or Voyager?" I'm like, "Well, I'm wearing a Voyager sweatshirt." So
I know
did like both
the.
of them.
Have you tried the two new cartoons, Prodigy and Lower Decks?
I've watched Lower Decks, but I have not watched Prodigy yet. Well, I watched one episode of Prodigy. I liked the animation in that, but I didn't get.
It
through
is
the whole
good.
thing.
It's Nickelodeon, so that's why it's different. But I will say, anybody who liked Any Janeway, the fact that she's the hologram on that.
Yes, that's why I want to watch it.
Yeah, you have to. I mean,
That's
because
on Paramount, and I canceled my subscription for that too. I gotta get more money, man.
Parasite Eve
Go buy
has the
stuff
best
from my
name in
store.
the chat. I'm sorry. Parasite Eve has the best name. I absolutely
Parasite
love
Eve
that
is
game.
awesome.
If you haven't played that game on PlayStation, you absolutely have to. Awesome name.
That is a good game.
all righty. So I have got two games that we're gonna give away codes for. Weather Lord, Follow the Princess Collector's Edition. I have no idea what it's like. I looked at it earlier
It has
today.
a fun name.
It does, doesn't it? So I'm going to share our screen so that people can see
Who's
what
going
they're
to
getting.
complain about a free game? Jeez.
Exactly. If you don't want it, don't go for it. But so hashtag weather, and that will be to win this game. I'm going to go ahead and start a 2-minute timer here on the stream deck. Where are my timers? There they are. 2 minutes and counting. So far, we have 0 entries. Let's see. Do I have to go ahead and show you guys what it's like? Of course I do. All right. What do we say? Weather Lord. Which one am I saying? A couple of Weather Lords. Which one am I giving away? The Princess Collector's Edition.
Princess Collector's Edition.
Okay. So, yeah, that's only a whopping $1.99. So I'm not going to tell you that this is the be-all, end-all game. Let's see. Start showing video. Looks very story-like. What does it say it's like here? It doesn't say what it's like.
Right back. 1 minute. Right back.
Whoa.
Yeah, I can't tell if this is.
It's like
No
Command
idea.
and Conquer.
No, it's
The
weird.
real-time strategy. What do they call those games
No.
where you move the little units around?
Yeah,
RTS. Yep.
It doesn't have to be an RTS.
It doesn't. It looks.
It literally says it looks like nothing you've played before.
It does look like. It looks
There you
like
go.
when you're in Mario before you go into the world when you can. Like,
Yeah,
move
that looks
around
like
map.
the overworld.
Map
on that.
Yeah,
stage.
so it's just
Yeah.
an overworld. That's all it is.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm seeing tasks that you have to go do and things. I don't know. For free, it can't suck, can it?
No.
All right. Share this tab. Oh, look, I'm doing things professionally. All right, we got 23 seconds left. We've got 9 entries so far. Hashtag weather to be in the drawing.
Good odds.
And then the next one I'll have to find is called Fahrenheit. Something. Fahrenheit, Indigo, Prophecy Remastered, and I can't find it. Can I spell Fahrenheit? Oh, Scott, there's that hidden H in there, you fool. There we go. $3 game. Oh, but apparently I have to be over a certain age to view this.
Oh no!
I know. I'm
Is
excited
it
about
hot
the
and
project.
steamy? What's
It-
going on?
Can't be as good as PP and BBs on the iArcade.
All
I
right,
don't know
so
what that is. But that's
Oh yeah, that is a fully M game. That is
We're out.
a very good
okay.
game.
So
I'll
our
buy that right
drawing.
now. What is it?
PP and BBs. You need to get it. It's great.
I will.
It's
I
fun.
definitely will.
Going once, going twice, and
Carl!
Oh, awesome.
Carl, I don't know if I've seen you on Discord or
Awesome.
not, but here's the
Love that
easy
guy.
way to claim your prize. Shoot an email to rascal.
Awesome dude, man.
me.com.
He gave what's that? Legends pinball code for the Seuss tables.
Nice.
It's
Oh,
awesome.
that's right. That is right.
Yep.
So
Good
I may
guy.
have his email then. All right, let me go ahead and start a new giveaway tool. There we go. And this one is going to be for a game known as Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy Remastered. We're just going to go with Indigo because Fahrenheit was too tough to type. Trust me. All right. That on this one.
That looks like an interesting game. Good
I'm going to
game.
bring it up here. So go ahead and type
Yeah.
hashtag Indigo if you're interested. I'm going to share this tab. And we have a maturity 17 plus. So if you are under the age of 17, please stop watching right now.
Gives me some PS2 vibes.
Friday Night Arcade Show.
Hello, I thought I hit the
PP
play
and
button.
BBs episode.
Okay. Should I be daring and go for the sound? Why not? Well, it's a cult classic. It has to be good.
We're gonna be banned in another country again.
I want you to empty your mind.
Yeah, it was banned in Russia for a couple of days. That was good.
That's hilarious.
It was the Fortnite show when I did that show with Sean.
Yeah,
There was some music in there was not allowed to be broadcast in Russia. Now hold on, take a look at the top of my screen there, Dan. That is the Fanatical plugin. Warning you
Nice.
that you could get it for $1.99 if you wanted to over on Fanatical.
That's cool.
Whereas right now it is,
Be careful.
it's $3.09 here.
$3.09.
That's still $1.10, right?
I'm going to give it away for free here. Just
Well, yeah.
under, just about a minute.
Oh, there was man nipples there. Watch out.
Uh-oh. Oh, those nipples? Is that those
Yeah.
aren't nipples? Okay.
Those were areolas.
Not turning myself in until I understand what.
They were all over the screen.
I'm trying to
Looks
think
cool.
what
It just doesn't look bad.
the
No,
grass.
gives me-
Whoa, let's skip that.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wait,
That
scroll
made the game
back.
look better. That's good.
Scroll back. It got better all of a sudden.
I'm trying to think what game this reminds me
Look at
of.
Reminds me of like a PS2
PS2.
game.
Yeah, it looks like it looks
Splinter
like
Cell
PS2,
reminds
like
me of.
with a little bit better.
Because I played
filter
Halo,
on it or
this
something.
recommends it to me. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
sure, whatever. All
I don't know
right.
why that looks like Halo. It doesn't look like anything like Halo.
No. I want to say those graphics look a lot more like
It's like
gosh.
Half-Life.
Half-Life, exactly. That's what I was
Half-Life,
going
yeah.
for. That definitely gives me a Half-Life vibe.
The remaster of a 2005 game.
All right, so let's go
I
ahead and
should've
jump
left
over
it
to the
in
giveaway tool
2005.
here. We got
Look at that
7
guy on the
folks
phone. Look at his
in the
facial
drawing.
expression. That's crazy.
Timer is up. We're going to hit draw.
No,
Parasite
Parasite
Eve.
Eve.
Parasite Eve.
Great
Good
name.
job.
Glad you won. Hell yeah.
Also,
Great
somebody
game.
that I don't have that I know of in Discord. So if you're in Discord, go ahead and
Parasite
DM me.
Eve.
Otherwise,
Gunther's in the
just
house.
Shout out to Gunther. No
look
quarter. What's
below
happening?
and go ahead and shoot an email to
Arcade Zone. You
rascal@me.com.
play.
Rascal@me.com.
Yep. Tell me who you were, what you won, and I will get you your code.
Congrats.
So that is what I've got left for giving awaying. So, guys, let's just go around the room. Anything else that we missed you want to share about? Let's go ahead and give some props to the guys here and
Hell
there
yeah.
for joining
Right
Dan
here
and
Thank
Papa
you
Brad.
guys
over
for having
there.
us.
So, Dan, tell
Hell
us where
yeah, dude.
we can find more content from you.
Well, since YouTube did the cool @ thing, you can just
How
go
good that
into
works.
YouTube
Wow.
and do @EndlessOneUp, and that'll get you there. I have it right there in my name, so that'll find it. And yeah, and I do Steam Deck videos. So if you like Steam Deck stuff, come
He
check
has
it out.
the best. He has the best. They're quick. He gets to the point. It's not a long
try.
video. What's on deck? Check this guy out.
I appreciate that, Sean.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
And he has an
And-
awesome glass.
My boy Brad, tell us where we can find your content.
Papa Brad's Gaming. It's a cool site. Check it out on YouTube. Got all kinds of stuff on there. Whatever I'm interested will end up being on there.
An II Arcadian for a very long time.
Yep.
Great to have you on, bro.
From the very start, I started with the Kickstarter. Of course, I do a show too called the Arcadians. Our next show will be on the 12th. And thank you everyone for supporting Papa Brad's Gaming and the Arcadians. We appreciate you, and thanks for watching.
Yep, and if you guys, any of you viewers, came here just because of one of these two guys, I appreciate you coming to watch
Yeah,
the
and
show.
hit the like button on that. If you showed up here and you're one of my subs, you better sub to him.
How cool that is!
Or else I'm giving you noogies. Not really.
I
but
love that.
You should
dude.
sub to him.
Awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That is
Well,
cool. It
thank
could be
you,
like a
Jan.
little
Appreciate
bling
that.
necklace.
Yeah, I know. I need like a little gold chain.
That'd be awesome, actually.
Yeah, I got a
dude.
gold chain. Yeah, there you go. I can wear that with my shill hat.
It's like
That'd be
the
perfect.
medallions. Remember in high school, people would steal like the Mercedes things off of cars and stuff.
Hell yeah. Perfect.
All right, guys. Well, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
I'm
here.
gonna take us out. So why don't you give a like to us, subscribe to us here at the Rascal Basement Arcade, but also these wonderful dudes, these down
Thank
here in
you.
the panel. Their links should be in the description.
They are.
Join our Discord. It's a great time. A lot of news and sales. Have an awesome week, everyone. We will see you on the next That's Gaming show.
All right,
See you
guys. Thank
later.
you very much. Everybody have a great
Forget
week.
to stay legit.